Our first stop in Portugal is the small village of Lindoso, literally just like 1.5 miles or 2 miles from the border of Spain. Now we've pulled up onto these old little cobblestone rocky roads, found a nice parking spot here underneath the castle. So this is the ruins of the castle of Lindoso. It was built in 1250 by the emperor at the time, when it was important to secure your borders. Now in the 1900s or so, securing your borders didn't become quite so important, so the castle has been vacated and it's kind of in disarray. But to be honest, this is our favorite kind of castle, when there are ruins like this and you can kind of use your imagination as to what it would look like. Now there's another really cool thing in this small village that we're going to show you after we take a look at the castle. But first things first, let's go.
We all dream in every color, searching for something bigger. And there's a fire deep inside that's getting ready to ignite. We can believe if we open our eyes. Out from the darkness we reach for the light. There is no limit, we aim for the sky. No hill we can't climb. Our dreams come alive, alive. Our dreams come alive, alive. We can be heroes and legends today, and nothing can stand in our way. Our dreams come alive, alive. Our dreams come alive. Our dreams come alive. Dreams come Through highs and lows and every struggle, we scale these walls and jump through hurdles. There's no surrender, no defeat. We will conquer fearlessly. We can believe if we open our eyes. Out from the darkness we reach for the light. There is no limit, we aim for.
So this castle has this cool outer wall that's really close to the castle walls itself, and has this elevated walkway that runs along beside the wall. I'm sure it was meant for soldiers to be able to look out over and protect from any attacks coming. But what it does for us is it gives us a really cool walk around the castle. You can totally use your imagination and think what this place would have been like under attack. They've got the little corner pods that you can go in that have the little lookout holes. I bet it'd be tough to get in this castle. And they may even have flooded this with water from time to time, who knows? But I do know that no one ever lived in this castle. It was solely for defense purposes. And I believe in the 1700s, I could be off a little bit on that, is when Portugal declared that the area around this castle would actually become a township. And people kind of started, they probably already lived here, but they kind of had their own rights, and a little government started for this area. But there are little lookouts everywhere. This is a really cool castle. There's another one of those pods I was telling you about. And right down there is our van. Now Kurt has taken off like a little kid in a candy store. Imagine a little 5-year-old playing like swords and knights and stuff. I think that's probably what he's ran off doing, because I can't catch him. But these are our favorite kind of castles, where there's still some structure left, but you get to use your imagination. Oh, up there on that top corner, there's another one of those lookout pods. How cool. There he is, the big kid. This is a great castle, isn't it? I like this outer walkway.
It's just amazing. You can see the stonework there. And all the mortars just washed out over time.
I did see a sign out front that in between 2020 and 2022, they invested a little over 100,000 euros to kind of do a little work to this place. But I think it's pretty much in its original state.
It looks really nice. Nice castle.
The next thing that is really cool about this town of Lindoso is the grain houses. Now, the oldest one here dates all the way back to the 1700s. And you'll notice that they're up off the ground, and that is meant to protect the grain, which was mostly corn in this area, from moisture and from rodents, rats and stuff. Now, some of them are still in use today, and you'll notice that some of them have crosses on top of them, and that was supposed to help ward off evil spirits. Now, this entire region was known for this, but this is some of the best preserved ones that you can come and walk amongst and take a look at. They're made of stone, and they're just really cool, and it's a testament to the ingenuity of the people of the time that were fighting the good fight to save their grain. So we're gonna take a look at these guys back from the 1700s. Little tiny elevated grain houses. So I'm guessing that these round discs on top of these skinnier poles holding them up were a deterrent to the rats. They would have to be able to climb along the bottom there to get up to it. These are so cool, aren't they, Kurt? What'd you find?
Well, we're in a new country, so we got to try the bread. Over here in Europe, fresh bread's a big thing. And so we got some bread here at the little market set up right in front of the church.
All right, well, let's get on the road. Before we left the village, we had to pull off a couple of minutes down the road and have some lunch. And you can instantly feel the Portuguese atmosphere in this restaurant. Reminded us a lot of Brazil.
To be honest with you, it was nice to be in Spain where they spoke Spanish, which is officially our second language, even though we don't speak it very well. We do speak it better than our third language, which is Portuguese. And a few words did come back, but we don't know more than a dozen.
No,
so.
and we're in a very rural part of Portugal. There was one lady in there who spoke good English. I think she was the owner of the little restaurant. But what stood out to me is how gigantic the piece of meat was.
A big old chunk. It was like a Flintstone steak.
Yeah, with some salad and some French fries, and it was really, really good. But we have a lot of meat left over.
Yeah, and Menu del Dia style, so it was good. And we're back on the road.
How much was it, do you know?
It's 25 euros.
25 euros, but that piece of meat will feed us for at least 2 more meals, I believe. So 3 meals out of that. All right, we're southbound. Let's go.
I've been working on the ways that I lose my head some days. I just can't keep it together. I keep trying to soldier on, trying to put it in a song, but I just start to unravel. Faith is like a free fall sometimes. I guess I still freak out sometimes. Faith is like a free fall sometimes. I guess I still get scared sometimes. I'm just trying to understand, is there some master plan? 'Cause I've got so many questions in
into the water. Not sure if you'll sink or stand. I think fear's pretty normal when you've only ever walked on land. 'Cause to leap into the unknown is to walk by faith, not sight. We all get scared or we don't know, but maybe that's alright. Faith is like a free fall sometimes, and I guess I still freak out sometimes. Your faith is like a free fall sometimes. I guess I still get scared sometimes. And maybe that's like a free fall sometimes. I guess I still freak out sometimes. Your faith is like a free fall sometimes. I guess I still get scared sometimes. And maybe that's alright.
Good morning, guys. Well, we wanted to stop in here because for us, you may not see it, but for us, things are going a little bit weird. Meaning, we've been traveling and all of a sudden, we have two things going on. Number one, as you guys, we leaked it. Some of you know we're going to Africa, which leads to planning, logistics, all kinds of stuff. So that has our mind going a million miles an hour. And secondly, and more urgently, we are getting a Airbnb for a month to rest up, to work on some projects we've been needing to do some van maintenance, to prep for Africa, all that stuff. So we are really, really distracted.
Yeah, it's true. So we were coming south through Portugal. We had all these great places that we wanted to stop and see. And quite honestly, our mind just wasn't in the mindset to do any touring. So after we left the wonderful hot springs, which was perfect for relaxing, we passed a few things that we were going to show you guys. And we found a campsite, a very relaxing farm stay with these cool goats that hang right outside. Now, we don't always do a lot about our campsites, but this one I really enjoyed. We were here for 3 nights.
It was a farm stay, which means we were right here by the goats and the chickens.
Yep. And they got a little farm cat that our cats didn't even seem to mind. They had hot showers, a nice clean bathroom. They have a pizza oven, which we didn't use because we didn't bring anything that you could cook in a pizza oven. But it was a very nice, relaxing time. We will put the name of this place on the screen. It was $20 a night. They have a washing machine. I mean, it's just an ideal place to come chill out, right in the middle of Portugal. So we've enjoyed that stay. It let us get our mind wrapped around some of the stuff that's going on. And we have about 10 days until we check into our Airbnb. So we are not going to and that is down in the south of Spain, which will be very close to the ferry for Africa. So we aren't going to get to see all of Portugal, but there is one place.
And I guess I should have said instead of 2, 3 things, there's 3 things, because this has really consumed Snow.
Yes.
And for a little bit, for me, but one of Snow's places she's talked about ever since we came to Europe was Nazaré.
Well, I've wanted to see this place since I saw the first video, however long ago it was, on Facebook or YouTube. So as soon as I saw that there were people crazy enough to try to surf waves that are 100 feet tall, I was like, I have to go there. And it's not that I'm a surfer, but y'all know I'm intrigued by the ocean and I love the waves. So we have been watching the surf reports because it is big surf season. But the swells, we're learning the lingo, sorry guys, only come in every so often. So we're trying to time it where we will be there for possibly some of these giant waves.
Now, in case some of you guys don't know about Nazare and all that, I understand, but this is home to the 100-foot wave.
Yeah.
And so all the best giant wave surfers in the world, they're there. They come here. This is the place. This is the Mecca. Recently discovered, and it's still coming to its own.
Yeah.
But these waves can be for real. So Snow's been glued to the weather reports.
Learning
so
where
we
the
can
wind
time
is
out
and the
where
strength
we
of the
can
waves.
park, where we can see. So I can tell you, this is a really big event for us too. And so that's consumed a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And we haven't had much time for anything else. But this is where we're going to wind the video down. The next video is going to be the Nazare.
The giant waves.
You definitely want to hit your notification, turn your subscriptions on, all that type of stuff. You're not going to want to miss this episode, and you're not going to want to miss the upcoming episodes preparing for Africa.
Preparing for Africa. And even if you're not a surf person, guys, we know that there is a really cool story to Nazare, and we're going to do our best to share it with you. So we'll see you guys in a few days.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you guys know when we put out new videos. And don't forget, you can always follow us over on Instagram to see what's going on in between videos. Cheers, guys.